Oh, ready. Well, sorry about that. Just a little behind on the old start time. But what are you going to do? Alrighty. Like the information said, we are going to make some good old-fashioned chili. But unfortunately, got to move some stuff around here because I had a bit of a delay today. All right. So we had a bit of a delay today, being May the 23rd today? Yeah, 23rd. We had a good deal of snow here in Montana. So, being as we are, of course, dealing with an oversized load, we are restricted in how we can go, when we can go, and where we can go, somewhat. But today, the snow was just a bit too heavy, so we had to stop for about 4.5 hours today. And wait it out, which was not necessarily a bad thing. But it did just slow things down a little bit, so we're not going to grouse about that. I was able to take advantage of it. Stop by the store. There's an Albertsons grocery store there in Livingston, Montana, which had a pretty good selection of stuff. Great seafood, great, selection of things that you wouldn't think you'd find in cowboy country, but there you go. All right, so we gotta take a moment to arrange some things here before we actually get started cooking. All right. So we picked up a few ingredients that I wanted to try. Either they were in too big of a package, or it was too expensive, or just didn't think about getting it at that time. So we got this tomato sauce here, which I got it primarily because of the container. I mean, nice, sleek, slender design on the glass bottle with a metal lid. So we're going to give this brand a try. Probably never see it ever again, but your general typical tomato and basil tomato sauce. So really nice. A product of Italy, so it was imported. So we're going to get a more accurate Italian flavor. So we got that. Picked that up this morning. Because I cannot have all the ingredients all the time for certain dishes, we got our chili seasoning packet, with all the various spices and herbs in there. So we are going to be using this. I would prefer to have a nice big, spice rack, but we're going to be using this. I picked up a small bag of the monk fruit sweetener. Instead of using sugar, we're going to try this and see how this works. A little bit healthier because it's not sugar, so we picked up one of those. And because I will soon be making from scratch, for the most part, ramen. Not the instant noodles. We're going to make fresh ramen noodles with the pasta maker. So one of the ingredients I picked up was some seaweed. Now, it says for sushi, you know, original or organic sushi nori. Nori is the flattened out, you know, seaweed. But I want that for my ramen, so we picked up a little bit of that. I couldn't find a smaller package without having it flavored with other things. So, you know, we got to make do with what we got. All right. So we are going to be using the old Instant Pot here for our chili. Take out my little steamer basket. Nice tool for the for that. So the truck's a little bit of a wreck because, you know, I'm just lazy and, you know, didn't exactly clean as I should have, but since I'm the only slob in the truck, I don't have to worry about it. All right. So we got that set. So we got a few ingredients for the chili. We got some, let's see here, some red kidney beans. This is not a typical ingredient for most chilies, but this is what I like. You know, I grew up with, you know, with these kind of beans in there, nice and hearty, nice and you know, they got a pretty good texture. They don't have a flavor that's going to overpower everything. I think the flavor of the bean itself complements the recipe I'm going to do. We got a, what is this, a 28-ounce can of whole peel tomatoes, which we're going to put in the chili as well. We are going to just crush these by hand. We're just going to take it out and just squeeze them by hand. Xbox Clips, how you doing, sir? We got some refried beans for burritos. That's just going to go into the pantry. We also got some black beans, which I was thinking of when I had fajitas last night. I was going to use these for the fajitas, but it just was, you know, I just didn't think about it. I forgot I bought them. So these will just go in the pantry for later when I make some burritos. Bill457, how you doing, sir? Thanks for coming in. Thank you very much. Just about 2 years, a little over 2 years, it took me to get to 1K. So pretty amazing that people will watch whatever I watch, the things I do. So, nope, I'm impressed with that. So along with the mix here, we're gonna add a little bit of chili powder. We're gonna add some crushed red pepper, just a tad. And I thought I had lost this bottle of red pepper, so I got another one here. So those red pepper flakes we got more than enough, so not a problem. So some other thing, you know, we also picked up a new bottle of soy sauce. I picked up a bottle of canola oil. I really didn't want canola. I wanted peanut oil, but the only peanut oil they had was a big, huge, you know, like 2-gallon, you know, container. I wanted some peanut oil that was this size or smaller, but canola oil is about as good as I could get. And now, for my friend TJ Bull of the Woods, check out his YouTube channel. Was on his live stream, what, yesterday, I believe it was, or last night. He was on real quick. And he told me about a seasoning salt and a garlic spread from the Oregon, Washington area called Johnny's. Sea salt, no, not sea salt, seasoning salt and garlic spread. And, you know, he shot me a picture of it. Well, at the Albertsons today, there in Livingston, Montana, while I was sitting waiting for the snow, I saw this. Johnny's French Dip Au Jus. So it's a concentrate. So you mix it like 1 tablespoon of this to like 2 tablespoons of water. So, but I picked that up. I figured I'd give it a try since he recommended this particular brand. you know, for, you know, other things. So I figured I saw that. Didn't see the salt or garlic spread, but I did see that. And I love French dip. French dip is one of my favorite sandwiches. So I may be doing a French dip here in a couple of weeks, but that's going to be in the old pantry. All right. Yes. So it's a little bit of a wreck in here, which until I get my little thing along the back wall here built, it's going to remain so. So here in the, we're here in Missoula, Montana, exit 96 on the west side of Missoula. We got here a bit late, well, a bit later than what I wanted, for the simple fact that we had a 4.5 hour delay because of snow, you know, so, but, you know, that's just the way it is. All right, so here's my old wallet, which has served me well for over 10 years, but it's falling apart. Lost a few things out of it because of it. So I just picked me up a brand new one here. You know, probably not going to last, you know, be as good, but we'll give it a try. You know, doesn't feel as nice as this one has, but we'll be moving some cards over a little bit later. All right, let's see here. All right, I need to find some other things here. But while we were stuck there in Livingston, like I said, for about 4.5 hours, we made some breakfast. I've got a nice old pork chop from the Albertsons as well. So I had pork chops, diced potatoes, and a couple of fried eggs. Not a bad breakfast, to say the least. So we took advantage of that. A little bit of cleaning, which I need to do, but like I said. So we are getting ourselves over here to Okanagan, Washington. We are delivering 4, you know, water storage tank, liquid storage tanks, big plastic, you know, tanks to a tractor, you know, supply place or whatever we want to call it. I got 2 5,000-gallon tanks, 2 3,000-gallon tanks, and 2 breather lids. I got in the box right up here, you know, a little cardboard box, so I just keep it in the cab. You know, no chance of getting damaged or stolen. It's in the way, but, you know, we can make do. All right. So we are going to be using our Instant Pot. This is the 3-quart model. This is the smallest one they make. So it's going to cook fairly quick. You know, got the pressure lid here. It locks in. You know, it's got the little sealing valve here that'll hold or release the pressure. So, but it works very, very well. So we're going to get some other ingredients out here. All right. So we're going to put in some green onion. I got to stand up here. Let's see what we can see here. If I can find things. We have some various types of bell pepper. Some yellow onion. We got a pound of ground beef. Right in there. Up in there. We got a thing of garlic. Going to put a good chunk of that in there. And we got a little bit of tomato paste. We're going to put that in as well. Take some other things out of my pocket here. All right. So this is a pretty simple, easy recipe. There's not a whole lot of, high-end 4-star restaurant. Let's take 65 hours to prepare everything and get it in the pan. All right, so we're just gonna turn this on. Let me. So we get the Instapot going. So we're going to turn this on to saute first. That way we can get this meat browned up. This is your typical Walmart, ground beef. This is 73-27 for the fat content. 73 lean, 27% fat. This makes a moist, delicious, whatever. Now that's a little bit much for a lot of people. A lot of people want the, the 90-10 or 95-5. 80-20 is about as high as I really like going, but this is going to be right up the old alley, as it were. Got to get a couple tools out here. So we're just going to get a wooden spoon, bamboo. Put that in there. We need a can opener. What do I do with my can opener? What do I do with my can opener? It's not going to go easy if I can't find my can opener. I have no idea where it went. Maybe if I'm lucky. Here we go. I am lucky. Put it right where I said I was going to put it, and of course, promptly forgot it. All right. So we need a knife. We need a cutting board, and we need to get this going. Okay, so Instant Pot. Like I said, we got it set on saute, so that's going to heat it up. Nice, good old cutting board. Nice old cutting knife, good old chef's knife. Gotta split that open. And we got a bag here for our trash. There we go. Got to set that right here, nice and close and handy. And get a little towel here. Mr. Flodo, how you doing, sir? Just gonna wipe that off real quick. So nice bamboo spoon to break everything up in here. Get that browned up real quick. Then we're going to cut some vegetables. Got a plate here to stick them on. We're going to prep everything real quick. So basically got half a yellow onion here. A little bit larger than tennis ball size. So we're just going to do that in thirds that way and then just not looking to be neat and pretty. I like nice chunky onions. So we got that going. Set that off the side. There we go. We want to try to brown the meat up a little bit first. All right. Shy Mango, how you doing? Welcome on in. Get a spoon here. So we got the onion cut. That's a standard yellow onion. All right, we're gonna take a good old nice large spoonful of garlic. Throw that in there. That's one. We're gonna set this over here out the way. We got a bit of Italian seasoning. Rudy Sintig. How you doing, sir? I ain't seen you in a while. And yes, I got like 3 slotted spoons now. Moving up to the big time. So regular McCormick's Italian seasoning. Gonna put a little bit of that in there. Set it off to the side. You know, sometimes the life can be made a lot easier with the proper tools. And yes, Rudy, a slotted spoon. You know, I had to find one I liked. You know, most of them were the cheap, crappy plastic. I found some good, decent bamboo ones that'll last somewhat. So we're going to go with that. All right, so now we have yellow bell pepper, red bell pepper, and green. Now we are not going to put all pieces in there. We're going to put, there, because we're going to save the rest of these for more chicken fajitas, a little bit later, this next week. Well, pretty soon, because we don't like letting those sit around. So we're just going to kind of lay these up here. We're just going to roughly chop these as well. We want pieces, but we don't want them too big. We don't want them too small. We want the color in there. We want to be able to taste them, but we don't want them to overpower anything else. So we're trying to get that equilibrium there. So hopefully we manage to achieve that. Nice and colorful, nice and full of vitamins and minerals and enzymes and proteins and everything else that we need for a good, healthy dinner. All right. There we go. Now, as that meat is cooking, all that fat, almost 30% fat, is being released and is making a lot, helping to spread that flavor all around. All right, so now we're going to take some tomato paste, some Amore toothpaste type container. We're going to put about a tablespoon in there. There we go. Set up to the side. Stir that in. All right. Now, where are we? Okay. So we got that done. We're going to take a little bit of green onion. We're going to take 2 stalks for now. We're going to finish it off when we make a bowl. We're gonna take one of these and have some fresh raw green pepper on the top. So take off the bits that don't look quite good. Just gonna kind of slice it on an angle. A, to give a little texture. B, to make it look interesting. And C, help to release a lot more of the nutrients in there. So I'm going to throw that right there at the moment as well. All right. So here's our plate. Onion, green onion, 3 colors of bell pepper. All right. That tomato paste is melting and spreading evenly throughout everything, so that we're good to go on that. Now for the part that makes it, really hard. So we got some kidney beans here. Now the kidney beans are in liquid, and because we don't have a sink, it does make it a little bit more messy, a little bit harder to deal with. So we got a cup of ice here. Now we're going to try to get those fairly dry. Now, because these are canned in a liquid, they're not exactly the ideal as far as I'm concerned. But like I said, we're in a truck. We got to make some compromises. So hopefully, let's take that spoon there. Come on, stay where you're supposed to be. So nice big old red kidney beans, nice and dark. We're going to throw that in there. And the liquid is pretty much like a mucus. I don't want to be but it's it's got a mucilaginous kind of texture because all the protein that's been leaching out of the beans themselves, imparts the liquid with that. So, hey, Christina, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. All right. Like I said, this is a 3-quart pot, so you can't. It's a little bit tougher to do things because you got to scale your recipes down. Whereas, a 6-quart or the 9-quart Instant Pot in a house or a big 12-quart container, you can go wild with it. But we are going to be a little bit more restrained. So all our vegetable is going in. And no, I did not forget my other seasoning. Get in there. All right. I wanted that all stirred up nice and even first before I put the seasoning packet in. Like I said, standard McCormick seasoning packet. Let's see, this is, so this says McCormick seasoning, 1 pound lean beef or turkey, tomatoes, tomato sauce, kidney or pinto beans, shredded cheese, chopped onion, and sour cream for topping. Well, we're doing it the way we want to, so there you go. Only putting about 7/8 of it in there. Already starting to smell pretty good. Leave that spoon right there. Now, a big, like I said, 1 or 28 ounces of peeled tomatoes. I want to find a stewed tomato, but I just could not find any. The only ones they had a lot of other seasoning with it, which I did not want. I'm going to take that, put that out the way. There we go. Put this out the way. Yes, okay. So that whole sauce is going in. We're going to take our tomatoes by hand, break them up a little bit, It is a messy process, but we're going to have some chunks of tomato in here, some little bits. There we go. Yes, and it does make a mess. There we go. There we go. So these are supposedly San Marzano tomatoes. Throw that in there. Nice and messy. Unfortunately, all my kitchen towels are dirty, so we got to resort to some paper towels, which I don't like using, but there you go. See if we can't clean up the edge here. All right. So stir all that in there, and if you do this right, which we're pretty close here, you should not need any other liquid. If it looks a little dry to you, you can add a little bit of water, beef stock, chicken stock, depending on what kind of meat you're using. All right, so that's all nice and clean. Like I said, super simple. Now we just throw the lid on. Make sure the top is set to turn that off. Whoops. Cancel that. Put that on meat and stew. Yeah. Let's see. We're gonna put that on 25 minutes on high pressure. So that's going to cook that up nice and well. We'll stick all the rest of this stuff back out the way. Where's my, here it is. But a super simple meal, you know, done in the pressure cooker or crock pot. Of course, the crock pot's just going to take a little bit longer because it's just going to cook slower, lower temperature. Go. All right. Put my hands off here a little bit. Yeah. I am not a big fan of tomatoes, especially raw. So, you know, this is one of those dishes I really like the tomatoes in there just because they come in so nicely. Oh, we're gonna open that up real quick. Put a couple red pepper flakes in the top. There we go. And then once that builds up its pressure and then seals, then we got 25 minutes to wait and we're good to go. All right, let's see here. What was I going to do? Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. Being healthy on the road is definitely a big issue with a lot of truck drivers. And if you've ever been to a truck stop or whatnot, you've seen some individuals who are not exactly eating healthy or trying to be healthy. They get in their routines. Then they get the emotional and the psychological things. I can't. Just like everybody else. So, being on the road as a truck driver is basically the same as everybody else. I'm not going to. It's not trying to knock anybody, saying, "There you go." But the thing that I wanted to talk about today was there are things you can do on the road to have good bodily health, good mental health, good emotional health, whatnot. But, we're human like everybody else, so we have our faults, and we have our attitudes like everybody else. But there are certain things that we can do to try to be as healthy as we can be, given the limitations that we have on the road. Probably one of the biggest things is exercise, then diet, and then the emotional, mental side. Being mentally stimulated, all that jazz. So, like I do here, where I try to do on a regular basis on the weekends, is cooking. Really showing, truck drivers especially, hey, Ferry Wire, on the road, please check out Maria's channel there. She's always hungry. So, I can sympathize with that. I'm always hungry. You don't get this from not eating. All right. So, one of the big things that I always, I find hard to believe is when a truck driver says there's nothing out there to eat. I think I kind of dispel that and prove that to be wrong every week I do a cooking video. I cook 99% of the time in my truck. Breakfast when I have it, lunch when I have it, and dinner. Picking up fresh vegetables like the green pepper, the green onion, green pepper, carrots, onions, celery, bok choy, broccoli, peas. All your vegetables are readily available almost everywhere. Yesterday I made some chicken fajitas. Bell pepper, onion, green onion, tortilla, bit of chili powder, bit of red pepper flake, pepper, onion, black pepper, a little bit of oil, fried it all up in the pan, threw a little bit of cheese on top, heated up some of these tortillas. I had 5 of these last night. 5. And man, was it good. Right? Another thing is, I have a couple of weaknesses when it comes to food. There's certain things that I really, really like. One of them is a good Pepsi. It's very difficult for me to walk past the refrigerator at a truck stop and not get a Pepsi. I love Pepsi. I love the way it tastes. I love the way it feels. Unfortunately, it's a lot of sugar, so that hurts me. So I try to keep the sugar down as much as possible. And one of the things is getting non-sugar sweeteners like monk fruit, like stevia, like xylitol, or other things of that. But I picked this up. This is going to be my primary sweetener for a while. Like I said, no sugar, no glycemic impact on your body. It's keto friendly, so we're going to give this a try. When I make my oatmeal, when I make some cream of wheat, when I have a bowl of cereal, I'm going to use this. Now, granted, the cereal's not really conducive to that either, but small changes. Now, one of the other big things is having spices, having herbs on the truck that make your meals, interesting. I can take the same 5 basic ingredients, and I can make hundreds of different recipes from that. And when you have your red pepper flake, your Italian seasoning, your black pepper, your salt, specialty things like this. This is a Hungarian spice mix. Love this. You put this on some chicken, it really is an outstanding thing. And that's what makes the meals a lot nicer to eat and much more enjoyable to cook in the truck. And then the probably the other main component with that is having the tools, like an Instant Pot, cutting boards, knives, can openers, plates, forks, spoons, bowls. Having all of that stuff makes it a lot easier to cook in the truck the way you want your meals to be. And that's what I try to do, on a weekly basis with the here on YouTube doing the cooking videos. Yes, it takes a lot of energy to cook yourself. Yes, it takes a lot of extra energy washing up those dishes. But the advantages to my health, to my well-being, to my mental and emotional state, because I get the food I want the way I want it, when I want it. Because on the road, I could go into a Pilot Flying J. Sometimes I can get a roasted chicken. Sometimes. But it's going to be the way they want to make it, not the way I want it. If I want fried chicken, what are my options? Typically Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chester's Chicken, Popeyes, but I don't want to pay for those. If I could do it myself, I'm going to make it better. I'm going to make it when I want it, because I may be at a truck stop that doesn't have that around there. I don't want to pay for delivery. I don't want to pay to have it get to me cold. If I could do it in the truck, it makes it a lot easier. And it makes it a lot healthier because I know exactly what went into it, which is always the big thing with me. Yep. ELD is shutting down. All right, so another part of the health of the driver is a good multivitamin and supplements. Now, I do a lot of supplements because, I try to do those things because my diet is not always as it should be. Sometimes I don't have the time to cook, so I do eat out. Okay, a couple days ago, I was in Rugby, North Dakota, the geographic center of the North American continent. Now, it was this is giving me a burn warning here. I don't know why. We'll put that on soup. Yeah, I made just probably a little bit too thick. So we'll put that on soup and see if that does it. It might have just been a little bit too intense for the temperature. But that's the thing about the Instant Pot. If it thinks it's going to burn something, it's going to give you that warning. So that's always a nice feature. So we'll see if putting it on soup will do it. We'll lower the temperature a little bit and give us a little bit better control. So lower pressure, normal temperature. So we will we'll see how that does. If not, we'll just take the lid off and we'll just boil it all together and take a little bit longer, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. All right, so back to the topic at hand. So there's a few things that I've done which makes it a lot more convenient, a lot easier to take those supplements if you need them. So, one, the prepackaged supplement company called PersonaNutrition.com. They make you your little daily packs of your vitamins and minerals and other supplements, and you can tailor it to what you want. You can take their survey and put in your age and your health. Answer a questionnaire about your health, what you're trying to achieve, what you're, all, about 50 or 60 questions, I think it is. And then they can tailor this to your requirements, or you can tailor it yourself, which is what I did. So I made it so that it conforms to my desire for certain things. So I have some morning, a package for the morning. I still have some packets for the evening that I'm still finishing up, but this one's for the morning, and it contains several things in here. So two little capsules of branched chain amino acids, something for blood sugar balance, CoQ10, digestive enzymes, fermented ginseng, hair, skin, and nails. It's all in here. I have another one that for the nighttime that has spirulina. It has turmeric. It has a multivitamin in it. And that one in the morning, one in the evening. Now, I also go to smarternutrition.com and get the curcumin. This helps to control inflammation in the body. This really helps with a lot of things, because I sit all day driving a truck. This helps. I have cinnamon. Let's see what else I got here. I take a bit of milk thistle, which helps to clean out the liver, which is very, very important. If you don't take care of your liver, everything else will back up in your system. So definitely taking some of that. I take a good high-dose vitamin C. I used to have some vitamin D, but I ran out of it. I got to order more of that. I take a hyaluronic acid. This also comes with Boswellia, I believe it is. But this helps with your joints. It helps with your skin. It helps with inflammation as well. All right, what else? Yes. I take an omega 369 tablet. And whenever I eat, I take a carb blocker, white kidney bean extract, which helps to prevent a bit of the absorption of carbohydrates. So, like I said, your tortillas, your chips, your sugars, any kind of carbohydrate, this will help to either reduce or eliminate the absorption into your body, so you don't absorb that. But don't take too much of this. This can cause digestive issues and bowel issues if you take too much. You don't want to do that. And then, of course, stinging nettle I take for testosterone support. And there, your typical multivitamin and lots of water. That's my primary drink. I try to keep the snacks down to a minimum. When I do snack, I'm trying to do some things like pistachios are pretty good. Cashews I like. Peanuts are okay, but I get tired of peanuts real quick. But I like the pistachios. Plenty of salt. Lots of water. And unfortunately, I do have a breakdown of willpower, and I get orange slices. Now, I've had this bag for 4 weeks, almost 5 weeks. I'm about halfway through it, so I don't eat too much of this, but still, I shouldn't have that. But what are you going to do? Like I said, along with your diet, along with the supplements you do. Hey, Salty Dog, how you doing, sir? Thanks for coming in. Make a little bit of chili in the old Instant Pot. So, there, besides, your diet, besides the supplement, the other part of this is getting out and doing some kind of exercise. Go for a walk. That's a big, big deal. And not enough truck drivers just get out and go for a walk. Walk down the road a little bit where you can. Walk around the truck stop when you can. But, I have no problem going for a 2 or 3 mile walk when the weather's halfway decent. Just getting a drink here. Pardon me. Okay, yeah, so moving this over to the soup and, setting. Lower the temperature, lower the pressure so it's not burning. Hey, Mr. Ross Romes, how you doing, sir? Chasing America, how you doing? Welcome in. Let me get a little drink here. But like I said, going for a little bit of a walk. Even if you only did that, pardon me. If you only did that, oh, pardon me, I'm going to blow my nose here real quick. I'm sure you didn't want to see that or hear that, so there you go. So like I said, going for a walk, going and doing a little bit of yoga, a little bit of stretching, a little bit of, just hanging on the side of your trailer, doing some, some squats, running in place, a jump rope, some resistance bands, anything. It may not be a lot, but it definitely helps. Nathaniel, A, yes, B, of course, and C, multiple times. You can't be a kid growing up in the 70s, in the early 80s, and not have been influenced by those movies. Believe me. A, the movies themselves. B, the accompanying songs that went with them. Convoy by C.W. McCall, Eastbound and Down by Jerry Reed. Every time they come on, I love them. It's almost a requirement when you come from my era. 1971 is when I was born. And yes, they did influence me throughout my life. Right? All right. So, that's the main topic is, your health is always the only thing that nobody can take away from you. What's in your head, what's in your heart, and how you act, A, for yourself, and B, for your family. Nobody can take that away from you. So always try to make use of that, and be as human as you can be. All right, so another 12 minutes or so, we're going to get that going. Let's see here. So the big issue with cooking in the truck, especially the size truck I have, is there is never enough space to do anything. I got stuff piled up here, stuff piled up here, up there, over there, on the floor. Outside the frame of this picture, it's a disaster area. All right. So we are going to We're going to get a little bowl here. Well, a couple of bowls. All right. So here in Missoula, Montana, I have a fellow Valley truck employee in the truck next to me. So I offered to make him a bowl of chili as well. So we're gonna get a few things set up. So one more green pepper or green onion, sorry. We're gonna chop some of this up for the topping on the chili. We're gonna clean this off here. Right, so a little bit, throw that away. So we're just going to take off the bits that aren't exactly as pretty. And we're going to give this a fine slicing here. But, you know, part of the mental aspect of your health that a lot of truck drivers don't seem to want to deal with is keeping their mind active. You know, I listen to satellite radio for music and news. I listen to audiobooks for fiction, nonfiction, science, mathematics, politics, history, you know, all that stuff, you know. You know, they keep the mental part of myself, you know, active and engaged, because staring out that window mile after mile, yeah, you see a little bit of sights on the road, but it's not that mentally stimulating. So, you know, reading, listening to something that actively engages your mind really makes it really just, you know, it just really helps me personally. Right? I don't think we have enough onion there, so I'm gonna do a second one here. We're gonna peel off the outer layer. You know, take off the tips that are not looking as fresh. I don't know why I threw that in there. So we're gonna do this exactly the same way. But like I said, just trying to keep my mental, along with the physical part of myself, nice and, you know, active and engaged and responsive, and, you know, it just really makes it a lot more bearable being out here. You know, if you let your mind just, you know, fester and just, you know, basically like an unused muscle, let it atrophy, you know, your quality of life goes down. That affects your physical health. And I just don't want to do that, you know. I really, really don't. All right, so we got some green onion cut there. We're just going to set that right there, I think. Set that there for the moment. Now, we need, here we go, a bit of cheese. So we got a little bit of cheddar cheese remaining. I got some Parmesan and some mozzarella in here for our pastas. which I will be making. I think I'll be making some pasta tomorrow. I feel like a little spaghetti. So, I'm going to hold this over like that. Now, my grater has been, is still dirty from the last time I used it last night, so, but we'll wash it soon. So I'm going to take the cheese is not as frozen as as cold as I would like it. So, it's a little bit soft and sticky. But we're going to try to cut it down a little bit here. But you're going to stick that in with the onion. It'll be okay. Just going to... And probably the final part to it is the emotional side of being a human being. That is the part that's probably the hardest to truly deal with, at least in my opinion / judgment, because that is probably, to me, the number one quality about being a human being. It's our emotions that truly define what we are. And then on an individual basis, who we are. Your mental state can change, fairly commonly across all human beings. You teach somebody how to do something, their mental state is taken care of. So, you can't really say there's any difference between one person and another with their ability to learn. Except for some rare cases. Some people, they have mental, problems. Asperger's syndrome or Down syndrome or things like that. They actually have a physiological defect which causes learning disabilities, and but that's not the norm. Those are outliers. But the emotional state is the hardest to deal with. It's the one that's going to affect us the most. And for my money, it's probably the number one thing you really have to focus on to be a happy, well-adjusted, satisfied, content, stable, decent human being. And part of that is, for a good number of us as human beings, is a religious basis. Now, I practice Catholicism, and every Sunday on Sirius XM satellite radio, they put Mass out there over the airwaves. I take a lot of solace and a lot of emotional well-being from that. Read my Bible, pray, and it benefits me. It always has. And, I think that is missing for a good number of people. They rely on too much on being human and forgetting that part of being human is having that core need of being able to rely on something outside of ourselves. Now, I'm a big proponent of do for yourself first, but there's still that drive in me that says I need this support from outside, and I need that guidance. I need that ear to listen to my problems. I need that shoulder to lean on. I need I get benefit from that. So along with the diet, along with the supplements and the exercise, the mental stimulation, the spiritual or emotional side of being a human being is what I always need, and what I think is lacking for some people, and I think actually would make their lives a lot better. And they'd be healthier, happier people. But, that's opinion. Pure and simple opinion. So this is almost done. With that, we're going to check it real quick. Like I said, I'm going to give a bowl to my my fellow Valley driver, same company I work at. All right, so that's done cooking. Going to relieve the pressure on it. This little button right here will go down, then we can unscrew it. Now you can smell those peppers. You can smell the onion immediately. So once that pressure goes down, that button drops, we can open it up, and we will dish out a bowl. All right, stick that up there. Now, I like in my chili some classic American Fritos. A good amount of cheese, some raw onion on the top. Half the bowl is Fritos, and the other half is chili. I love it. So we cannot twist this off because it's not unlocked yet. That little button's going to drop when enough pressure comes out of it. Let's see, we're going to grab get a small ladle here. I have some big spoons in there, big ladles. We're just going to use a small one here. Just a lot easier. I'm going to get this guy a spoon. There we go. And I'll throw some Fritos on top and a little bit of cheese and onion on top of that, for him. We had I thought I had some Ziploc bags around here. Don't know what I did with them. Oh, here we go. So, like I said, and probably like I said, the thing that I do number one for my health, besides walking and, doing all these other things, is my diet, is my food. I like cooking. I like having the meal I want, when I want it, how I want it. I know everything that's in it. And, it just makes things a lot nicer being in a truck full time as I am. So we're gonna put a little paper towel down here for the water leak. So now that the button's gone down, we can open that up. All nice, hot, and bubbly. Let's oh, that's looking good. So nice chunks of everything in there. The guy, my neighbor, said he only wanted a small amount, so that's what we're going to do. So a nice bowl of chili. I'm going to wipe this off here. Don't need to be making a mess in his own hand there. Set that right there. Just going to take a bit of the onion. Throw that right on top. A little bit of the cheese. Then he can mix in some Fritos as he wants. So pardon me, I'll be right back in a moment. I'm going to give this to my neighbor, and we'll do a good deed for the day. and I'll be right back in a moment. Pardon me. Talks amongst yourselves. It is a 3-quart size, the smallest size Instant Pot that they make. All right. Yeah. See if I can get out of here without killing myself. Okay. That is always nice to be able to put a smile on somebody's face with a nice bowl of food. Trucker Nene! I did not know that was you. How you doing, ma'am? All right, now we're going to do our bowl. Now, because I said, I like having the control of eating the way I like to eat. That's why I cook the food I cook. That's why I have real ceramic dishes, real cooking implements, not little 12-volt plug-in stuff, real stuff that runs off the inverter, stuff you can have in your house. So, we got a bowl, this is a Japanese bowl for ramen noodles, whatnot, but that's the nicest bowl I have right now, so there you go. Do like I normally do. On the bottom, a layer of Fritos. All right. There we go. 3 nice old scoops of chili. I'm going to unplug that. We don't need that anymore. Seal that up so it doesn't spill anywhere. More onion in there. There we go. And I have nice round spoons, which are perfect for the chili. Get that bowl wiped off there. There we go. So a nice bowl of fresh, homemade, quote unquote, chili. Said covered on top of some Fritos for that crunch. The fresh vegetables in there. The spices as you want to have them. 20, 30, 40 minutes. You can have that easy. Like I said, this is the 3-quart model of Instant Pot. A 6-quart or larger would be just too much in a truck this size. If I had a super sleeper where I had countertops and I had enough refrigerator space, yeah, I'd probably go with the larger one. I could do a larger chicken in there. I could do larger ribs in there. But the 3-quart size, I typically get, whenever I make something in here, about 4 to 6 servings of whatever I make. So it really does, it makes more food than one person needs for one meal. And when I do make a full amount, it is one of those things where I need to eat that for several days. For several days, I'll eat that specific meal. So when I make some like chili, I know 4 or 5 meals are gonna be eaten before I eat anything else, for the most part. Now, when I get more room in the refrigerator as I eat things down, I can put things in freezer bags. I can put them in, in some Tupperware, stick them in there, and save them, and change my meals up a little bit. But that's what we got. I have a Nene. I have a 2,000 watt inverter, so I can't run really a lot of things at the same time. I mean, I can, the microwave and charge my computer, the pasta maker, and charge my iPad, or something that takes a good amount of power and something that takes just a little bit. But typically I only run one thing at a time. That way I'm not in danger of overtaxing it, blowing a circuit or whatnot. It's just easier that way. So like I said, I keep your bag of Fritos handy so you can always add more. So if I can find my little clip. So let that cheese melt a little bit. Let the liquid from the chili soak into the Fritos a little bit. Soften them up just a tad. I said nice big chunks of the peppers in there, the tomato, the beans. The hamburger is pretty much even. I would prefer to do my chili with some nice steak, some good fatty chuck roast. But you gotta choose your battles. So take a look at that. So tomato, pepper, some bean in there. Ooh. Hot, hot, hot. Simple. Should have blowed on it a little bit more. Woo. And you can spice it any way you want. So like I said, I didn't use this chili powder. I used the packet. Add a little bit of red pepper flake, a little bit of black pepper, garlic, onion, green onion, kidney beans, ground beef, 3 different colors of bell pepper, yellow, red, and green. You can add cactus. You can add cabbage. You can add almost anything. You can do it with the beans or without the beans. Pardon me. You can do it with or without the Fritos. You can put a little bit of creme fraiche on the top, or sour cream on the top. You can mix in some refried beans if you want it really thick. You can make it more spicy, less spicy, with chicken, with pork, with shrimp, with ground beef. It's just so easy to cook in a truck. Diana, San Francisco NG. Hey, not a problem. But thank you for coming in. I do appreciate it. You can easily adapt this recipe for anywhere. I just happen to do it in a truck. So, and most everybody here knows that I'm in a truck, but anybody who doesn't, steering wheel, 18-speed gear shift, it can be done. I do it every single day. I cook in the truck. Yeah, I mean, the tool that gets used the least in my truck is the microwave. I use that cooking tool the absolute least out of everything. Cast iron pan, Instant Pot, my panini grill, my pasta maker. Hey, I've used the pasta maker 4 times in the truck already. In that same amount of time, I've used my microwave once. It's one of those things, I'd rather have cooking tools than a PlayStation. I got a PlayStation that's down here. It's been used 3 times in 3 years. You know, I mean, this whole container is cooking tools, spatulas and bamboo skewers and pasta cutters and bamboo stirrers and chopsticks and a stick blender and plastic, silicone spatulas and whatnot. I mean, if this refrigerator was just twice the size, just made it twice the size, I'd be dangerous with this. I'd be making ice cream in the truck, because I would have enough freezer space that I could put an actual ice cream maker, chilling vessel in there. I'd be making my own ice cream in the truck. I'm making pasta in the truck. When was the last time you saw anybody do that except for this idiot? I made ravioli on one of the live streams. Well, on 2 live streams. One was an experiment, just learning how to use the machine. The second one, it came out pretty dang good. Which I might make some ravioli. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to make ravioli. I'm going to make tagliatelle. So here's the die for the pasta. Nice wide flat noodles. So I'm gonna do that this tomorrow, and I'm gonna enjoy it. So what I'm actually doing is I'm making the spaghetti noodle. Boil that up. I'm gonna do kind of the Cincinnati style chili, which is on top of spaghetti. I figure I'll give it a chance. I'm gonna use my chili that I made tonight. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna blend this up a little bit so it's a little bit more smooth, more like a uniform soup instead of chunky like this. A good amount of cheese on the top. I gotta get some more cheddar cheese, which I can get here at this truck stop. I can get some already shredded cheddar cheese. And I'm gonna have me a Cincinnati style, chili. But, like I said, as I always talk about it, I know I harp on it a lot. I get to have the food I want, the way I want it, when I want it, how I want it. I don't have to wait for anybody else. I don't have to rely on their interpretation of whatever it is. And plus, I get the pleasure of doing the cooking, which I love. I love cooking. It's one of those almost uniquely human things that too many people don't engage in. How many other animals actually cook? Not a whole heck of a lot. Other animals will farm. I mean, there's a variety of ants, leafcutter ants, actually farm. They go out and get the leaves. They bring it back to the hive. They put the leaves that's been cut into a special chamber that has fungus growing on, i.e. mushrooms. They don't eat the leaves. They eat the fungus. That's their food. And they grow it by farming. So, but real actual cooking, the science and the art of it is pretty much a uniquely human thing, which I am grateful for. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, there's so much I could improve with this if I was in a real kitchen where I could stand up and cook. I could take much more time to do that. But like I said, in under an hour, roughly, I made a good bowl of dinner. So, I also wanted to take a moment here to say thank you to every person out there who has subscribed to the channel, who has commented on the videos, watched the videos even in just a little part, you know, and who may have recommended the channel to somebody else. I am grateful. It's not expected. I have no desire to try to make this a money earning, endeavor. But that being said, if it does come, I'm not going to be a fool. I'm going to accept what kind of profit comes from it. Now, if it's entertaining, if it's educational, if you just like pointing at the screen, say, look at that idiot, outstanding. No. But, like I said, I do this primarily as a diary for myself, the standard vlog. The extra videos I do on top of the regular vlog, the time warp, the warp speed videos, the raw videos, which I'm going to try to get back to, the after hours videos, and then of course the live streams. I always do that for you guys, the people who watch, to give you more than just some idiot going down the road filming where he's at. And, here's my load, here's where we are, I got a flat tire, wham, 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 bitch, moan and groan and complain. Which I do enough of that off camera. Don't want to bore you with that. But as of today, look at the old dashboard here, 1,017 people have subscribed to me, which is, like I said, I find that amazing. I really do. The last several videos that I posted, 64 views, 56 views, 59, 65, 76, 78, 130, 256 views. 111, 115, 130, 183, 133, and on down the list. It fluctuates, of course. But, like I said, some of these are live streams, and some of them are the vlogs, which I do appreciate. And I do appreciate it when people give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. For the most part, the comments that are made are fairly positive. I appreciate that. But if you don't like a video and you give it a thumbs down, if you could, put a simple little note there. I didn't like the video for this reason. That way I can kind of tailor it a little bit more so it's a little bit better quality, a little bit better information, whatnot. Yes, I am, unfortunately, I am very, very far behind on the videos. I am currently working on December the 26th, 2019. That tells you how far the vlog is behind. Now, this weekend, let's see, I got half a day's drive from Missoula, Montana to Okanagan, Washington, about 320 miles, so I have half a day's drive. Of course, the second half of the day and all Monday are going to have off. So I'm going to try to work on the vlog a little bit and, try to get a few more videos put out there. No, I do not like jalapenos. Call me crazy, salty dog. I do not like jalapenos. I think they are right up there with watermelon. It's like, ugh. Ugh. Give me regular bell peppers. Give me some poblano. Give me some anchos. There's many other types of peppers I like, but a pickled pepper like a jalapeno, no thanks. I just there's two parts of a pepper that I have to have. One, it's a good flavor. Two, a good texture. The heat part of it, I really don't care about. I mean, I like a bit of spice, red pepper flake. I like a little bit of heat once in a while, but it has to be a supporting flavor for the meal. And unfortunately, too many places, make it hot, and then they have nothing else to go with it. And I wind up crying because I don't get a good meal. I got something that's hot, and it's like, big whoop. Oh, yeah, that was spicy. So what? So, jalapenos, like I said, knock yourself out, have as many as you want. I'm not going to take any from you. But as far as the channel goes, I have no real designs on trying to be the biggest out there. I'm happy that you all join me in, on the vlog. Watch a little bit of that as you do. I definitely enjoy it when you come on the live stream and interact. I did have an offer from a company, which I'm not going to mention here, to do a bit of sponsorship of my channel. Now, of course, it's been interrupted by the virus. So we'll see if that actually comes back and they do want to engage with me. And so I may make a little bit of money from their sponsorship. That's what they offered. I would use their product, give my reviews, and and they would sponsor the channel. Which is a surprise to me because a very small channel, but I guess they watched some of my videos and said we like what he does, so we'll see if that happens. What the hell is that? Hold on a second. Oh. There you go, sir.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Not a problem. But how do you like it?
I have no water to clean it out.
I do all that in the truck, or I take it in the shower.
Wow.
So I'd say I cook full time in the truck. Then at some time my meals.
You cook full time in the truck?
Yes, sir. Almost every meal.
Wow.
Just go on to This Trucker's Life on YouTube. I'm on a live stream right now with some subscribers. So just
This Trucker's Life.
This Trucker's Life. Just check that out. And like I said, almost every week I do a little bit of cooking and just see what I do.
Oh, you on there?
Yes, sir. Right now I'm on.
Right now you on?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go take a shower. Let me get him next.
All right. Have a good one, sir. Yep. All right. So that's my my fellow truck driver, and I guess he ate it all. So he didn't kill over dying. So there we go. All right. So like I said, I'm greatly appreciative. Used a proper pronunciation there. And I am grateful. There's too many people in the world nowadays who just want to take, and I don't want to be like that. I want to earn what I get, and then give when I can. Like I said, giving my neighbor here a little bit of dinner. Didn't take anything away from me. Hopefully put a smile on his face. Hopefully he likes it. And we will go from there. So I just want to say thank you all very much for joining me. If you like this recipe, just, send me an email, thistruckerslife@gmail.com, and I will send you the recipe I used here. It's just a quick throw together type of thing, so you can use it, do it any way you want. But this is the way I like it, and hopefully, if you try it, you may like it as well. And we will go from there. And I have one other thing here. I am looking to doing a merch store, possibly. A t-shirt, hats, a beanie, whatnot. But I don't want it to be a profit-making thing. I want the profits to be able to go to a charity if I do it. There are many charities out there. Most of them I have a problem with. I don't think they actually give as much as they should of what's been donated to them. But I want to be able to help other people out if possible. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you know if we're going to do that. And I would be grateful if I do start that up, that we can pass that on to somebody else who needs a little bit of help in life, whatnot. But other than that, I'm doing very well. On my way to Washington State, we got a delivery of some big old, water tanks, of 2 5,000-gallon tanks, and 2 3,000-gallon tanks. We're taking it up to northern Washington. From there, I do not know where I'm going. But, there you go. And we will see. That's until I find out what I'm doing. Your guess is always as good as mine where I could be going and what I'm doing. So, I just want to say thank you all very much. God bless. And I will have another vlog uploaded tonight. Like I said, December 26th is the next one. So I'm going to be working on that. Get that uploaded tonight. And then we will go from there. Yes, you're going to see me making the spaghetti in the pasta maker. Let me pull that over here so you can see it. So here is the pasta maker. It says right there, Hamilton Beach. I picked this up through Amazon. Now, the worst part of that was as soon as I bought it, they put it on sale for $30 off. So, you will see the fresh pasta being made. Like I said, I'm going to take some of this chili here. I'm gonna blend it up a little bit, make it a little bit smoother. We're going to put the chili on top of the spaghetti. And we're going to have a good Cincinnati-style chili. But other than that, we're just going to, like I said, the rest of my meals for the beginning of the week are going to be chili. If I can find some hot dog buns that look halfway decent to me, I may take some of this, blend it all up, add a few different spices to it, and make chili dogs. Which, if you look on the in the video listings back quite a ways, you'll see the chili dogs I've done before. Yeah, it was Hormel chili out of a can and blah blah. But we'll do some homemade chili with that, maybe. But other than that, like I said, thank you all very much for joining me. Salty Dog, KW, Trucker Nene, Ingleg, Diana, SFNG, Nathaniel, Lee, thank you very much. Ross Romes, out of the UK, go watch Chasing America, Backwoods PNW, Fairy Wire on the Road, Christina, Rudy, Shy Mango, Mr. Ralph Floto, Xbox Clips, Bill 457. Thank you all very much for joining me. And I just want to say, God bless, have a good day, And I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good night.